everybody to Charlotte Motor Speedway for race number 13, I believe, 13 of the ILAC Cup Series Season 2. Today we're at the Charlotte Roval, actually. We aren't making just left turns today. We got some right ones mixed in there, too, just to mix things up. Cooper Skull is the points leader coming into this race. He is locked into the playoffs with 2 races remaining in the regular season, along with Skylar Thiemann, Kellen Oakley, Leland Anderson, and Marco Last Name. All of those guys are pretty much locked in going into the playoffs. Zane Phoenix, Riker Lommel, Gavin Ellison, Will Cloud, Hakan Richardson, Emerson Arden all range from 40 to 67 points above the cut line. So those guys will be trying to clinch themselves in today, so they don't got to worry about next week. Let's get through qualifying here. And I'm still having a little bit of that issue where it lags when I accelerate it. So just be patient. It's I don't know. I have it sometimes, and it'll eventually just work itself out. So we're just gonna have to give it some time. Kind of concerning. I'm seeing times ranging from 1 minute 18 to 1 minute 23. I don't even want to know what went wrong on these guys' laps. But Emerson Arden on the pole, Cooper Skull second, Lewis Tross third, Donovan Heiss fourth, Mason Gerdes rounds off the top 5, defending champ. I don't think he's going to be able to get into the playoffs. In fact, I don't think he's mathematically able to get in the playoffs now. Riker Lommel 6th, Andrew Jackson 7th, Aaron Lund 8th, Atlee Weiss 9th, and Skylar Thiemann is going to round off the top 10. Here is the rest of your starting lineup. And well, I don't think that Gerdes can get into the playoffs. It depends if he's 78 or less points out. I think he can be in, but I think he might be more than 78 points out. Oh no, he's not. He's only 135 points out. So, or 35 points out, not 135. He's 35 points out. So, theoretically, he can get into the playoffs today. He's just going to have to win, and a lot of guys are not going to have to do so good. So, I don't know. Mason's still not completely out of it, but it ain't looking too great for him. Let's get into the race.
Drivers, to your cars.
Alright, so the field going through turns 13 and 14, be ovals turns 3 and 4. Hopefully should be a good race today. I think I might have also experienced a glitch where if I change the camera from TV1, the game will crash. So I'm going to be trying my best to not hit the C button, but hit the V button. So through the front stretch chicane, Emerson Arden's going to take us to the green, to nobody's surprise. It's been super fast on the road courses. Cooper Skull alongside with him. These guys are the only ones that have won road course races this season. Cooper very close to that wall on the exit of turn number 1 there. Through turn 2 and 3, Cooper Skull is still trying to fight for the lead. Out of 3, looks like Skull is going to inch him off of 4. Looks like Arden's got a pretty good run going down the short chute here. Into turn number 5, and then the tight right-hander at turn number 6. Still side by side for the lead. Turn 7 and 8. Skull trying to make something work, getting very close to that wall once again. Off of turn number 8. Almost dead even exiting, but it looks like Arden's got some more speed here. Going through 9 and 10, which is ovals 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Arden's going to clear Skull for the lead going into the backstretch chicane. Into turn 13 and 14 now. Donovan Heiss in 3rd. 6 points above the cutoff is Donovan Heiss. He's 16th in points. Looking for a good run today, and here he is in the top 3. Lewis Tross in 4th. I think he's mathematically out, but he's here. He's running inside the top 5. We'll see if he can stay here. And a win is exactly what Emerson needs today to lock himself into the playoffs. He already has one this season at Mid-Ohio. But I think at a second win, he's 40 points above the cutoff right now, and he's got to be 39 after this race. And I thought I saw a yellow light. Yep, we are under caution, it looks like. Avery Farrell, Zane Smith with problems, it looks like. We'll watch the race back. And Emerson's going to take the yellow. Let's see what happened here. I mean, yellow wasn't out here yet, so... What happened? See here, Farrell's on pit road. Looks like Zane Smith had a problem. Did something break? I mean, it just pretty much came to a stop. I mean, see guys having to really try to get out of the way there. Marco last name almost getting a piece of him. Yeah, it looks like something wrong with the tire because I still hear the motor running. Tire 2 damaged. I don't know if he broke something in the suspension, but tough break for him. And Avery Farrell got damage from, I don't even know what. Let's look. It looked clean right there. Maybe from the 55, got into the back of the 55. Oh, 38 almost got spun there. Oh, 38 got in the wall. How did we miss that? In fact, the 55 spun around. I'm surprised the game didn't call a caution for that. Alright, so first caution of the day here at Charlotte. And Zane Phoenix looks like he's going to be racked up a lap down here. He is back on track, so we have no DNFs yet. So we are ready to re-rack, restack, and refire, as Mr. Josh Hall would say out at Intensity Broadcasting. Through the front stretch chicane. And green is back in the air here at Charlotte. Down in the turn number 1, Arden first, Skull second. Through 2 and 3, Arden still leads, single file behind him. And looks like that's Alex Crowther trying to get by Tyler Aspinall. No, sorry, Tyler Aspinall trying to get by Alex Crowther for 9th place. Aspinall going to try it around the outside here in 5 and 6. 6 is a very tight corner, so if you can squeeze him to the inside just enough, they can't really open up the exit. Really slows him down. And off of 8. Side by side through 9 and 10 here. Pretty much dead even. Although I think Aspinall's going to have that inside advantage coming off of 10. Now Cooper Skull is going to make the attempt at running down Emerson Arden. Cooper Skull trying to go for his 5th win this season. That would only extend his record of having the most wins in a single season, and that would beat Skylar Thieman's record of all-time wins of 4. Cooper is also tied with Skylar on that record, and Cooper, as I said, currently owns the record for most wins in a single season. And Emerson's honestly just trying to look for another dominant victory like Mid-Ohio. Mid-Ohio was a bit of a snooze fest, but Emerson dominated. I think the most dominating performance I think we've seen in the ILAC Cup Series. That lag honestly scared me right there. I thought the game just crashed. I'm like, come on. No, Lewis Strauss. What? Last place now? What happened to Lewis? Well, not last place yet. Zane's still a lap down, but I think Lewis might have had to come down pit road or had a problem somewhere. That's unfortunate. He was in the top 5 earlier. Now it looks like he's going to be scoring 1 point once again. Really, it's just a 1-car breakaway. But if you really look at it, it's just a 3-car breakaway because these 3 leaders are still together, but they're not very close. I mean, we have a 1-second gap from Emerson to Cooper. We have a 6/10 gap from Cooper to Donovan. Then from Donovan to Riker, we have about a 2-second gap. So that's where really your breakaway is right there. I mean, 2 seconds really cover all these leaders, and then about another 1.5 seconds back, we got 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds back, we got Riker Lommel is kind of on a breakaway of his own right now. He's trying to catch these 3 leaders. So anyway, now that we're getting to a spread out point in the race where nothing's really happening, I did this thing called opening up free agency. And that's basically now all the driver changes in the market for next season for both Cup Series and the AR7 Series are pretty much open. So as far as I'm concerned, there were no driver changes yet. So that it's kind of interesting. I thought there was going to be a lot more driver changes than there are to this point. I mean, obviously, this was only opened up a few days ago, so not really much could have happened. But as far as things have gone right now, it's just been mainly contract extensions. And as far as it looks like Mopar Racing is no longer interested in Avery Farrell because they offered him a ride. Well, Atlee offered him a ride to his Xfinity program, and if you don't know, Atlee owns Mopar Racing, so it sounds like Avery's not going to have a ride in the 34 next season. Some other names that were thrown across the table that might come back: ILAC Esports offered Connor DaCosta a ride in the AR7 series. In terms of AR7 series, we got some new drivers coming in, like Charlie Chippington driving for Weiss Motorsports. We have Andrew Aspinall, Anthony Isacco, and Carter Heist all driving for AR7 Racing. Carter and Andrew are both brothers, both siblings of Donovan Heist and I myself, Tyler Aspinall. So the AR7 series turning into the sibling series. Dalton Scott, Kellen Rolich driving for Jacob Schenkel Racing and the AR7 series. Matthew Fastnaut opening up his own team, Fastnaut Racing, driving the 06 for his own self, and Colton Smith also driving the 95 for Weiss Motorsports. So roster is only open for a few days, and we already have 8 out of 34 spots filled. So if you're watching right now and you're interested in getting into this next season, please, the link is always in the description. Be sure to join. We'd love to have you, and you can be one of the 34 drivers in the AR7 series next season. But in the Cup series for next season, we got 2 rookies so far. We have Gavin Legend driving for his own self in the 89 for Legend Racing, or Legend Motorsports, or Legend something. Then Jeremy Williams driving for Team Penske, owned by Jim Phillips, in the 24. They'll be teammates for next season. So that means 2 drivers that are currently in this race right now will not have a ride next season in the Cup Series. So that has some aspect into it on who team owners want to sign and such. ILAC Esports actually just signed an extension with Aaron Lunn after his 3 consecutive top 10s, 2 of which were top 3s. He will be with the 69 car at ILAC Esports till the end of Season 5. And you see a whole gaggle of cars that are entering the road course. Just watch that race. It looks like it's led by teammates at AR7 Racing, Andrew Oskowski and Ethan Hornacek, team owner and teammate. And as we were just talking about Aaron Lunn, he's got absolutely no front end on his car. Yeah, I think a lot of it's Aaron trying to make up position or keep position or defend position. As you see him and the 10 running here for what looks to be 28th place. And now Jason So making a dive up the inside for 26 on Ethan Hornacek. Made the outside work through the chicane there, going into turn 13 and 14. And here's Aaron still trying to get past the 10 car. It looks like they're going to be side by side going into the front shed chicane here. Not very ideal here. And huge dive from Aaron Adak there. But he's going to leave the space on the bottom It's really going to slow Cooper up. Aaron's got the position, and now, well, actually both the Aarons are battling, but ILAC got the position. Lund's got to defend from Thiemann now. And here comes Gavin Ellison. Gavin trying to secure a playoff spot. He is currently 8th in points. He wants a playoff spot bad, and after this race, if he doesn't lose too many points, I mean, I know he's not really running in an ideal position right now in 31st, but if he doesn't lose too many points, he should have himself clinched going into Rockingham. Meanwhile, Emerson Arden absolutely dominating this race. Really pulled away from Cooper. 1.61 was the gap last lap. This lap it's 1.71, so pulled exactly a tenth out of Cooper there. Further back the road we got Donovan Heiss, and a little bit further back the road we have Riker Lommel. And Mason Gerdes running inside the top 5. I said that he did need a good run today if he wanted to think about playoff hopes, and well, a couple more positions, he's in the lead. Defending champ. If I have ever seen any sort of championship hangover, I think the worst of possibility, the worst possible championship hangover, I think, is exactly what's happening to Mason Gerdes this season. I'll be honest, here, I'll look real quick, but I don't think Mason even has a top 10 this season. Trying to find him here on the standing sheet. Oh no, Mason Gerdes has 2 top 10s this season, 1 top 5 after winning himself into the playoffs last season at Rockingham. There's obviously no winning you're in now, but yeah, not a very good season for Mason if I have to say so myself. Yeah, I'm trying to look for a stat here that might not be too good. Sure, I'm looking for the bad in the situation, but I mean, let's all be honest, Mason has not had a great season. And these guys are putting Marco last name a lap down. So that's interesting. I wonder if he pit? I'm saying he pit, and he didn't put him a lap down. He came out in between them. And yeah, there's Marco last name trying to get by Cooper Skull, trying to take his lap back from him. He wants to get back on the lead lap before there's any sort of caution here. And yep, Cooper Skull coming down pit road, so that was a pit strategy move there from Marco. So Emerson, Cooper, Donovan, Riker, Mason, Andrew, Atlee, Tyler, Alex, everybody into the pits. I'm better off naming who didn't pit, which I'm not going to be saying anything. So everybody coming down pit road. Jack Davis, even the guys, man, I'm trying to find somebody who's not coming down pit road. But everybody is. This is crazy. Everybody's on the same strat. Nope, here's somebody on a different strategy. It's Zane Phoenix. He's a lap down, though. And Jim Phillips and Lewis Trost. But I think Emerson's already out of the pits, so it's not like they're going to be taking the lead. Yeah, here's Emerson coming out of the pits right now. So he didn't even lose the lead. Zane's trying to get a lap back here, but I think he's got a pit soon. So everybody pitting at once. That gets green flag stops out of the way. Good to see everybody was thinking the same thing there. Really, the only moves that could have been made would have been on pit road, but looks like Zane, Lewis, Jim all having to pit soon here. And actually, yeah, Jim's coming down now. Lewis is going to stay out. Mason Gerdes passed Donovan Heist on pit road, so he is up to third now, provisionally. No, my bad. Yeah, he's up to provisional P3 because Lewis has yet to pit. So I guess there's a little mini crank it up for you there. I mean, not really much to comment on, just dominance from Emerson Arden. And Lewis Trost did pit, so Mason Gerdes is up to third. We'll see what the gap is. 2/10 gain there on Mason Gerdes. Gap between him and Emerson is 9.5 seconds. So I think Emerson really is just, I think he's getting his name chiseled in the trophy right now. I mean, this race is pretty much as good as won for him. Although, knock on wood, I hate to jinx it for him, especially after how dominant he's been. Alright, I'll be right back. Enjoy another sort of crank it up, I guess. We'll be watching Emerson Arden. Emerson Arden still leading. I wish I could say I was surprised. But I hate to lie to you guys, and it looks like Donovan Heiss has run down Mason Gerdes here looking for that podium spot. We'll keep an eye on this battle. Only because I think it's the only battle going on the track right now, and they're not even side by side. You see Emerson going by there on the banking, so far ahead. Excuse me. Just teeny tiny, teensy bit of a snooze fest here, but Emerson, I guess the only other race he won was a bit of a snooze fest as well, so I don't know. I think just whenever Emerson dominates, it's just tiring to watch, you know? Emerson will be the second repeat winner this season. Currently has one win at Mid-Ohio. I probably mentioned at least 30 times already. Cooper Skull, the only other repeat winner with 4 wins this season, currently in second place. Wouldn't mind something happening to Emerson here, allowing to get him that 5th win. It'll be, once again, breaking his own record for the most in a single season, and it will break Skylar Thieman's record for most all time. So 5 laps coming to 4 at the line. All Emerson's got to do is make it around every single corner for about 4.5 laps. So if I'm not mistaken, these guys should be able to make it to the end. Not really thinking that they'll be making any sort of pit stop. Saying we'll be coming to 3 to go this time. They should. Keyword should be good. Alright, through the front stretch chicane. I missed the first apex there a little bit. 2 laps to go for Emerson Arden. He's got to do 2 more laps, which I believe is around 4.56 miles, approximately. So about 4.5 miles left to go for Emerson. Just got to keep it clean. He's got a big enough gap to Cooper, and he's got a way big enough gap to Mason behind Cooper, which it looks like Donovan has caught. I don't know if he's going to be making any moves, so he's going to have to really catch Mason sleeping here. Mason's had a pretty solid day. All he's got to do is bring it home here. And fend off Donovan in the process. Let's see who comes out first in that battle, but Emerson through 13 and 14 now. NASCAR's oval, turn 3 and 4. Down into the front stretch chicane. The white flag is waving for Emerson one more time. He's just got to make it back to the line. We'll do a lap here into turn number 1. Turn number 2 now for Emerson. Going into the double right-handers of 3 and 4. There's 3. And here's 4. Down the short chute, waving to everybody going down the backstretch. 5 into 6. 6, a very tight right-hander. Got to keep it the whole way to the right on exit. Able to open up turn 7. And now the turn out onto the oval into turn number 8. Turns 9 and 10. Ovals 1 and 2. Down the backstretch for the final time today. Into 11 and 12 of the chicane. Now turns 13 and 14. Ovals 3 and 4. And now the front stretch chicane. After a dominant performance here today at Charlotte, it's going to be Emerson Arden bringing home the dub here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Roval. Cooper Skull second. We're going to have to wait about a half hour for Mason and Donovan to get here. We'll see who came out up top in their battle, because it looks like they were close last lap. And it was Mason bringing home 3rd, Donovan 4th, Riker Lommel 5th. Looks like Atlee 6th, Alex Crowther 7th, Jason Williams a good performance in 8th, Andrew Jackson 9th, and Nolan Drake going to round off the top 10. Already read off the top 10. Here is the rest of your results. "37 cars finishing on the lead lap. Emerson Arden getting it done here today, and that should be good enough to put him into the playoffs. So congratulations, Emerson. And I don't know exactly who all is going to be in the playoffs right now, but I will obviously let you know tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Last race of the regular season at Rockingham. Should be a good race. Be sure to tune in. You'll find out who all's locked into the playoffs, and well, after that race, you'll know who's in the playoffs. So thank you for watching, and we will see you down at the Rock tomorrow.